The LCHS Lady Railers squared off against Chatham-Glenwood on March 2nd in an all-Central State 8 clash for the IHSA Class 3A state title. By now, most folks know the outcome, but let's show you what transpired in the game. Lincoln came out on fire in the first quarter. The Lady Railers win the opening tip, and on the first play of the game, Chloe Froby drives to the basket and gets fouled. She would make both free throws to put Lincoln up early. A couple plays later, the Lady Railer defense goes to work as Tori Garrett steals the ball. She gets it ahead to Froby for the layup. Glenwood calls its first time out, much to the delight of the Lincoln fans. A little later, it became a familiar scene early on in the postseason games for Lincoln. Taryn Stolzenberg hits a three-pointer from the corner to increase the Lincoln lead. Lincoln beat Glenwood 54-20 back in December, but Glenwood went 15-3 since then to get to the title game. Here, McKenna Yeager hits a three-pointer for the Lady Titans. We mentioned that we'd gotten used to seeing Stolzenberg hit early three-pointers for Lincoln, but here's something new as she spins and gets a little separation from the defender, then drives down the lane and hits the shot for Lincoln. The Lady Railers go up 13-4, then it's more defense from Lincoln. This time Jenna Bowman steals the pass and gets it ahead to Froby for the layup to give the Lady Railers a double-digit lead. Lincoln hit 10 of 12 field goals in the first quarter, including 2 of 2 from three-point land. Becca Heitzig gets the pass and nails the tray for the Lady Railers here. On the other side of the ledger, Glenwood managed to only hit 2 of 7 from the field in the first quarter as they looked a bit shell-shocked as Lincoln took a 20-point lead, 26-6 at the end of the opening period. Froby led Lincoln with 14 points in the first quarter, making 5 of 6 shots from the field along with hitting 4 of 4 free throws. The Lady Railers also did it with defense as they pressured Glenwood into 7 first-quarter turnovers. But you knew Glenwood would make things closer, and that they did. Second period just underway, and it's Roanne Law for Glenwood hitting the 3-ball for the Lady Titans. A little bit later, it's Law trying to restore some order for Glenwood. She drives and hits the layup to pull Glenwood a little bit closer, but Lincoln answers as Stolzenberg finds Becca Heitzig for one of her patented mid-range jumpers. Then it's Froby bringing the ball up court, drawing the foul among a trio of Glenwood defenders in the lane. Next, it's Froby again who drives, then dishes to Heitzig on the baseline. Becca hits the layup, and Lincoln pushes the lead to 19. A few plays later, it's Chloe Froby again as she starts the drive, then splits a pair of Lady Titan defenders and hits the layup to give Lincoln a 34-17 halftime lead. During the intermission, members of the All-State team were recognized. Of course, that includes Lincoln's Chloe Froby, who was the only unanimous Class 3A selection this year. She accepts her paperwork as she's announced, but then she says, "Thanks, folks, but I've got a championship to win." Nonetheless, congratulations to Chloe on the recognition. Second half opens and the Lady Railers have possession. Froby had several drives to the basket and layups in the first half. This time she starts the drive, then pulls up and hits the jumper to open the second half scoring. Alexis Newman is only a freshman, but she led Glenwood in scoring in this game. Here she hits a three-pointer to cut into the Lincoln lead. Then once again, Alexis Newman drives and she hits the layup for the Lady Titans. Lincoln held a double-digit lead for most of the game, but the lead never felt safe as Glenwood kept attacking. This time it's Caitlin Lennon who finds freshman Ava Bobb for a short jumper. Then it's McKenna Yeager who nails a three-pointer to trim Lincoln's lead to a dozen. But the Lady Railers were not to be denied. Here Bowman tosses the long outlet pass to Froby, who doesn't hit the layup. She doesn't give up on the play and saves it to Becca Heitzig. Heitzig hits the shot to extend Lincoln's lead, but before the third quarter ends, hello Newman. It's Alexis Newman hitting a tray for Glenwood to make the score 47-34 heading into the final period. Remember, the Lady Railers jumped out to that 26-6 lead after the first quarter, but Glenwood actually outscored Lincoln in the middle 2 quarters. The Lady Titans bested Lincoln 11-8 in the second quarter, and Glenwood outscored the Lady Railers 17-13 in the third period. The Lady Railers held a 13-point advantage going into the final stanza. Here are a few statistics through 3 quarters as we pause to show you the Lincoln fan seating area. Chloe Froby led Lincoln through the third period with 28 points. Becca Heitzig added 13 points. Tara Stolzenberg chipped in with 5, and Piper Whiteman scored 1 point. Heading into the final quarter, Lincoln was 16 of 29 from the field, including 2 of 6 from three-point land. It's often said free throws win a team basketball games, and that certainly held true in this game as Lincoln made 13 of 19 free throws through the third quarter. Lincoln also out-rebounded Glenwood to this point, 16-13, including 4 offensive rebounds for the Lady Railers. On the other side, the Lady Titans hit 13 of 27 field goals, including 6 of 13 three-pointers. We mentioned Lincoln was 13 of 19 from the foul line through 3 quarters. Glenwood was 2 for 3 from the charity stripe, heading into the final period with the score once again 47-34. If you're a Lincoln fan, you may have noticed one name missing from that scoring summary we just gave you. Jenna Bowman was scoreless through 3 quarters, but she opens the fourth with a big three-pointer for Lincoln. For Glenwood, it's Newman grabbing the offensive rebound and scoring. Then for Lincoln, it's Froby missing the layup but fighting for the rebound and hitting the putback. Roby scored 10 straight points for Lincoln in the final quarter. Her stat line for the game, 36 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 blocked shot, and 4 steals. She hit 11 of 18 field goals as well as 14 of 19 free throws. On the other end, Caitlin Lennon hits the short jumper for Glenwood, and then with just over a minute remaining and the score 58-41, Glenwood clears its bench and gets its subs into the game. Glenwood winds up finishing the season 28-8 in head coach Alyssa Riley's first season. The Lady Titans graduate only 3 seniors from this roster, which has 4 freshmen, so the foundation is certainly in place for big things from Glenwood for the next few seasons. Then with 31 seconds left, Lincoln coach Taylor Rohr takes her starters out of the game, the seniors realizing they are about to achieve their #1 goal of the season.
Roby, and a timeout's going to be taken by Taylor Rohr to get her subs in.
But there's a little basketball left to be played. Mia Clark hits a layup to cap the scoring for Lincoln, and then a few seconds later, let the celebration officially begin.
And there it is, the final buzzer! Lincoln is your Class 3A state champion!
Lincoln defeats Glenwood 60-44 to claim the 2024 IHSA Class 3A Girls Basketball Championship, compiling a perfect 38-0 record along the way.
It's unbelievable, and just finishing it with these girls is amazing. Ever since we lost to Naz last year, that was just in the back of our mind, and it's just drives us to push even harder every day at practice, so it just feels great to achieve that.
To be the ones to rush the floor, crying tears of joy, it's unmatched. A lot of people, they see the starting 5, they see Piper, and they're like, oh, but that's the Lincoln team, but it's not, because every single day, it's the other girls that are pushing us every single day, who mimic the other teams, who allow us to get better in practice. And, I hope that not only have they made us better, but we've made them better, and so they can have this opportunity again next year when we're gone, because they are 100% capable.
The JV, so since we were in volleyball at the beginning of the season, they were practicing, working hard to get ready for us to come back. And I definitely think, every practice they push us to be our best, and I'm very thankful for them. And in the future, next year they're going to be really good because, all JV season, they were undefeated. So they're definitely going to be a very good team, and I'm very thankful for what they did for us.
Every time we step onto the court, we always talk about how this could be our last game. And no matter what, we're always pushing each other in practice. And I think that, our JV team is really going to step up. They know what we have at risk, and they're going to work their hardest every day at practice. And I believe a lot of people aren't really hoping for the best, or they don't believe we have the best, but I think we have the best.
I'm just thinking about how amazing it is, and, how down we felt last year. We had to trust the process and trust that this was part of a higher plan, and it was, and we got to end this season on such a high note.
Growing up in Lincoln it's just amazing, and it's a basketball town, and seeing that all the years growing up, we saw that they supported the boys, and my sister's group, they turned it. We were in the stands when my sister's group went to super sectionals. We saw how the Lincoln community came out and support the girls, and just to have them here to fill that upper deck, to fill the stands where they were allowed to sit. It's just going to be, we said we're going to have a parade in Lincoln tonight.
I just think that we came out really fired up, and, we wanted to hit hard right there in the first quarter. And I think that, I think our experience, helped us in that first quarter just kind of settle in a little bit faster than them. Glenwood came back fired up, and, she has a really great team, and they gave us everything they had, and I was so impressed with them today.
I think they're disciplined. We talked about that. You can't teach that, right? They're disciplined, they listen, they execute very well, they play really well together, and they just have the experience of being here. So there are a lot of things and areas that we were lacking in.